video on the proper technique on how to prime a CERTAS valve without siphon guard. We do require that all CERTAS valves, whether they have a siphon guard or not, be primed prior to implantation. And we'll talk about the tools that you'll need to be able to do that and how we recommend that. So obviously you'll need your CERTAS valve. It will be open on the sterile field. This is your inlet portion of the valve. This is your outlet portion. And then you can see there's an indicator just distal to the reservoir that shows the direction of flow. In the package comes a lure connector, and the catheter, the small piece of silicone catheter, separates. So this will hook to your syringe. We recommend either a 5 ml or a 10 ml syringe, no larger than 10. And then obviously you'll have your distal catheter, be it an antibiotic impregnated catheter, Bactiseal, or a plain silicone catheter. And then you'll need some type of solution. Now this solution, if you're priming just the valve, can be an antibiotic solution with bacitracin or some other antibiotic solution. But it's very important that you don't fill, flush, or pump the valve in fluid in which cotton, gauze, or any type of other lint releasing material has been soaked. You don't want to introduce any foreign objects into the valve that could possibly occlude the valve once it's been implanted. So let's go ahead and show how to prime that. Basically, you're going to take your syringe and you're going to fill it with your solution. And it's important to push out any extra air bubbles that may be in the syringe, because one of the goals in priming the valve is to minimize air bubbles and to push all the air bubbles out. Then you'll take your priming adapter and hook that onto your CERTAS valve as such. And then you're going to hook your fluid-filled syringe to the valve, and you're going to point the valve with the outlet portion pointing down towards the floor. So I'm going to push very gently on the syringe, and then you're going to see flow come out of the distal end of the valve. Sometimes in manufacturing, there's a ruby ball and seat that sits just at the inlet portion of the valve from the reservoir, and it becomes stuck. So sometimes you need to push that, and sometimes you'll hear a little pop. So once I have fluid, then I'm going to take my valve and I'm going to invert it, and then I'm going to continue to prime, and you can see the air bubbles that are pushing through that's in the system. And then once I get a steady stream of flow out of the valve and all my air bubbles are gone, then I'm primed and it's ready for implantation. That is how you prime a CERTAS valve without siphon guard.